This video is going to walk you through how to take an exam using the assignments, tests, and survey tool in Laulima. Before you begin, make sure that you are using Firefox as your internet browser. If you do not have Firefox currently, you can download it for free at mozilla.org/Firefox. You should be using Firefox for all of your Laulima needs. So whenever you log on to Laulima, you should be logging on through Firefox as your browser. If you use another browser like Chrome, Safari, Internet Explorer, or Edge, you can and will encounter random problems, and those problems will affect your ability to take the test, complete the test, and ultimately those problems then will affect your overall grade. So please make sure that whenever you are on Laulima, you are accessing it, whether it is for a test or for any other work on Laulima, by using Firefox as your internet browser. Now, once you've logged on to Laulima and once you've gone to the World History tab, you're going to click on the Assignments, Tests, and Survey tool. When you do, you'll actually see a list of exams that are eligible to be taken. You'll see our sample midterm here. You'll see our status. You'll see the open and close days and times. You'll see the time limit, and you'll see the number of tries. Now, underneath the title here, you will see begin only when the open day and the open time for the exam comes. So until the time and day the exam opens, what you will see below here is not yet ready to begin. You'll see the same thing here, not yet ready to begin. When you see closed, that means that the exam has closed and there is absolutely no way to access the exam anymore. Please remember that you have one try to take this exam, so please make sure that you're ready to take the exam, you're ready to do your best, you're wide awake, all your distractions are gone, because you only get one chance to take the exam. Now, once you're ready, click Begin. When you click Begin, it will actually show you the directions one more time. The exam time has not officially started yet, so it is worth taking a couple of minutes, reread the guidelines, reread the instructions, make sure that everything is right there, fresh in your mind as you sit down to take the exam. You'll see this green bar here, and this green bar will be your timer, and it will appear on every page, and it will count down the time for you. You'll also see an honor pledge here. Please remember that this test is to be taken individually. This is not a group test. This is not a pair test. This is an individual test. If in fact you do cheat on this or any exam, it is a violation of the Student Conduct Code, and the appropriate measures along with the appropriate punishments will be taken. And please remember that that punishment can include being expelled from college. It can also mean automatically failing the class, depending on the nature of the violation. Now, at this point, if something happens and you need to step away or you don't want to start the exam, you don't have to. Again, the timer has not started. Simply click Cancel, and it will bring you back here to our main menu. When you are ready to take the exam, you're going to come back, and then once again, you're going to hit the Begin button. You'll see your instructions again. You'll scroll down. You will accept the honor pledge, which we're all bound by, the Student Conduct Code. And now, once you click this Begin button, you are beginning. You cannot stop the exam. This will take you into the exam, and the only way to get out is for time to run out or for you to actually submit it before the time is up. So, we've clicked the honor pledge. Let's click Begin. If you want to take the exam in the order that I have written it, that's exactly how you will proceed once you hit the Begin button. So in this sample exam, the true and false are first. You'll always get the directions. Read each statement, decide if it is true or false, and then mark your answer accordingly. Once you've read the directions, you're going to hit the next button, and it will take you to the first question in this section, which is true and false. So, history is a fun and exciting subject to learn, true or false. The answer is true. I'm sure it's true, and so I'm going to click true. Now, there's no save button. Once you actually make your choice, Laulima is automatically saving your answers. So, you're sure, you don't need to go back and think about it. Let's hit the next button. If the U.S. president dies in office, the Speaker of the House is the next in line to become president. I think that it's true, but I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to answer it because I don't want to leave anything blank. But I'd like to go back and review this one. Think about it a little bit more if there's time at the end. That's what this review option here allows you to do. When you check this, a symbol will actually be recorded in the table of contents. That symbol will indicate to you that you want to go back and review it. So we're going to answer it because we don't want to leave anything blank. And now we're going to go on to the next question. You'll see that our time up here is actually moving. So we have 8 minutes and about 14 seconds left. You'll see that all of your options are up here, all of your tools. This will take you to the previous question. So now we're back here to our U.S. President question. You'll also see that the tools here are actually at the bottom, so you don't have to actually do additional scrolling, which would just waste time. The next button, of course, takes you to the next question. If you want to work on this exam in any order that you choose, you simply use the table of contents. When you click on the table of contents, it will actually show you all of the exam. So in part 1, you'll see number 1 has nothing next to it. That means that we've answered question 1 here in the true and false, and we're absolutely 100% satisfied with our answer. Here next to question number 2, you're actually going to see a little box, blue box here. This actually means that you have answered the question, but you're not entirely sure. So this means that you want to go back and review this question if you have time. Finally, you're going to see these yellow triangles. The yellow triangles mean we haven't answered the question. So before you actually submit your exam, click on the table of contents and make sure that you have no yellow triangles. That means you didn't answer it. So go back and answer it. And then make sure you have no more blue squares here because those are ones that you want to review. So if you do find that there's a yellow triangle, you simply click on, and again you can click on whatever question you want. It'll take you here now to multiple choice. Multiple choice, you'll actually see the question and then you'll see your choices. Only one of the choices is correct, and again, once you click your answer, it's automatically being saved. So what bird did Benjamin Franklin want to be the national bird of America? I think that that's the blue jay. I'm not entirely sure, so we're going to click it for review. Let's go back to the table of contents. You can go back to the table of contents whenever you need to. So anything here that, again, is a yellow triangle, you want to go back and answer. Anything that is blue, you want to go back and double check. So we have some time left. Let's go back and look at this. If the U.S. president dies in office, the Speaker of the House is the next in line to become president. I thought it was true, but I know now that it's not. The next in line is the Vice President and then the Speaker of the House. So I'm sure now that it's false. I'm going to change my answer. I don't need to review it anymore, so I'm going to unclick this, and then I'm going to return to my table of contents. And now you can see that our icon here that flagged it for review is actually gone. Now, the third section here is matching. Now, please keep in mind that the way Laulima allows the matching to be created is it looks like there's only one question. It looks like there's 9 questions. Please remember that the matching is not one question. There will be many questions. In this case, the matching is actually 4 questions. So you want to somehow make a mental note of that. You want to make a little post-it, stick it somewhere, because when you're doing the exam and you're looking and you can see our timer has now turned yellow. That means we have gone under 50%. So when you're looking at your timer and when you're looking at the table of contents, you don't want to think, oh, I just have number 9. You don't have number 9. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then remember, inside the matching there are 4. So there are really 9 questions left, not 2, 4, 6. Okay? Now, when we click on the matching, you're actually going to see your choices up here. You don't really need to utilize these, but they're there for you to look at. Now, what you're going to see over here is the definition or the significance. And over here, you're going to see the key term. So what you're being asked to do here is match the character to the actor. So when you look at Wolverine, you're going to pull down, you're going to hit select. And when we actually select, we are going to get a number of choices. So you'll see we get A, we get B, C, and D. So I know Wolverine was actually played by D, Hugh Jackman. So we're going to click on D. Now, when we go here to Han Solo, what you're going to notice is that D, Hugh Jackman, has not been eliminated. So when you choose options, they will remain in the list. So my advice is before you take the test, sit down and write the number and the letters of how many matching. So if there's 5 matching, write down on a scrap piece of paper the first 5 letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, and E. They don't have to be nice, you're not going to turn them in, you just need to write them down. Then, as you're taking the test, all you have to do is, we just use D. So on your scrap piece of paper, just put a slash through D. Again, it doesn't have to be pretty, you don't have to take a lot of time to do it, you just need to mark off D. That way, when you get to the end, and you're like, which one did I select? All you have to do is look down. Did I select D? Yes, I crossed it off. Okay? And so you'll always see that the yellow line is there to guide you, to kind of help you keep track of being on the right line with the right person. Okay? Now, remember, there are actually 4 here. Okay? Not 1, but 4. Let's go back to the table of contents. If at any point we need instructions, we can simply click on our instructions here. It will remind us if we need them. We just hit continue to go back, and you can see we have just a little bit under 2 minutes left. Now, you're probably wondering what this continue later button is for. The continue later button will not stop the clock. All it will do is take you out of the test. This is to give you some protection if you're using a public computer terminal. So if you're at the library, you really have to run to the bathroom, you don't want to leave your test open where somebody can easily start clicking previous and next and answering questions. If you have this screen open, now it's a little more difficult. If somebody comes by, they have to stop, they have to read it, they have to try to figure out how to continue. It gives you a little bit of safety. Now, you'll see our clock is still ticking, so the clock will not stop. Now, we're in the danger zone, so it's now turned to red. So again, you can see we go from green to yellow to red in our color, and that again, hopefully will help you keep track of your time. When we hit continue, it takes us back to the table of contents. Now, if we're in fact sure that we're done with our test, we can click finish. There is a fail-safe, so if you click this by accident, all you have to do is hit cancel, and it'll take us right back to the table of contents. So we have an extra fail-safe there. Now, if we are in fact ready to finish, we're going to hit finish, and then we're going to hit finish here. Now, once we've hit the finish button, that's it. It's going to take us out to the screen. It's going to say that we finished the exam, and our one try is one and done. Now, if we didn't hit the finish button and our timer had actually run out, it would automatically close us out and bring us to this screen, just like if we had hit the finish button. Now, when we hit the return button, it's going to take us back to our main menu over in assignments. You're going to see we no longer have the option to access the exam. We cannot click, we can click on this, nothing's going to happen. We have had our one shot. You can see that we finished it. It actually records the time that we started. It records the time that we finished. It notes that we have completed our one try, and then you are done. You will not see your grade immediately. Grades will in fact be released once the exam closes and an announcement will be sent out, but you won't have to wait too long to actually get your grades. So that's how you're going to take any sort of exam, any sort of test using the Assignments, Tests, and Surveys tool here in Laulima.